NBL TV. See it live. Every match of the season, all the action as it happens. Full match replays and highlights when and where you want. On your PC, iPad, iPhone. With monthly and yearly packages, we have a subscription to suit you. NBL TV. See it live.
Hello everyone and welcome to It Goes Off, wrap of the round. We've had 5 rounds of NBL action and still 2 undefeated teams and 2 teams yet to register a win. Grantley, Bernard, tell us who all the winners and losers were in round 4.
It all started on Friday night. The Melbourne Tigers at home to the New Zealand Breakers, and the Breakers got that one 75-64. Seth Scott for the Tigers had 25 and 10, a pretty handy double-double, but the Tigers committed 21 turnovers and 36% shooting from the field.
Putrid.
So self-inflicted wounds there yet again for the Tigers. Thomas Abercrombie, the young Andrew Gaze with defence and athleticism, had 20 points. And the Breakers pretty much had that one under control. The Townsville Crocodiles 87 lost to the Sydney Kings 92 up in North Queensland. Gary Irvin had 16 points for the Crocs. Aaron Bruce had a big one for the Kings, 25 points on 10 of 13 field goals. The Kings shot the ball really well, 34 of 64 from the field, which was 53%, and they went 20 of 21 from the free throw line, which is very, very good. The Adelaide 36ers 63 lost to the Wollongong Hawks 77. The Hawks just keep on rolling. Anthony Petrie 16 for the Sixers. Adris De Leon, too hard to guard, had 23 points, 7 assists for the Hawks, who came from behind to get the win on the back of a 30-14 fourth quarter. So a big, big win for the Hawks there. And the Kings wrapped up a very, very good sunshine swing, beating the Cairns Taipans 71-69. Cam Dragar had 22 points for the Snakes. Ben Madgen had 22 points on 8 of 13 shooting for the Kings. And the Kings rode that one out with a 24-16 fourth quarter.
Some sleepless nights, you would think, for the Cairns Taipans, because that was a game they had well and truly in their grasp and they just cast it away. Full credit to the Sydney Kings, though. A couple of very good wins. And Ben Madgen, he is in some sensational form, so they're going well. But Grantley, one of the things we've probably neglected throughout the first 4 rounds of the season is paying respect to the Wollongong Hawks. And they have come out and...
Well, you might have, but I think I tipped them to be in the top 4. Unlike someone who tipped the Melbourne Tigers.
Oh, did you tip them to be the 5? Well, you've given them some respect, but it's been an impressive start to the season for the Wollongong Hawks. Now, admittedly, their first 3 games, you might say, well, a bit of a soft start, but their win on the road against the Adelaide 36ers and the form of Adris De Leon. And let's not forget about Lance Hurdle as well. He seems to just be good athlete, can put the ball in the hole, just some nice pickups. And Dave Gruber, full credit to him, in that game on Sunday against the Adelaide 36ers, he was the rock down low. I think he had 11 boards and 8 points, but just workmanlike in the way he went about it. So congratulations to the Gordy McLeod and the Wollongong Hawks after a indifferent season last year. That's a polite way to describe it. They've bounced back and doing some great things. Let's take a look at the NBL ladder. At the top of the table, we've got the Perth Wildcats at 3-0, followed by the Wollongong Hawks at 4-0. And Grantley, Bernard, you're going to have to explain to me why the Wollongong Hawks aren't actually on top of the ladder. Followed by the New Zealand Breakers, a good win over the Tigers. The Sydney Kings at 3-2. And then comes the Adelaide 36ers, Cairns Taipans. And at the bottom of the table, we've got the Melbourne Tigers and the Townsville Crocs. One of those teams are going to get a win next weekend because they play each other on Sunday.
Could there be a tie?
I don't think there could be a tie, Grantley, but hey, don't forget to check out all the scores, stats, news and information at nbl.com.au and follow the action on 1, 10 and NBL TV. You can also follow the NBL and players on Twitter and Facebook, and you can hit Grantley Bernard on Twitter at Grantley Bernard, and you can hit me on Twitter, Andrew Gaze 10. That's our wrap of the round after round 4. An interesting round it was, but before we go, we need to pay respect to those that support us and the NBL, and all starts with a naming rights sponsor. iNet.
Connect better.
10.
And 1.
Spalding.
And for.
and Virgin Australia. That's all we have time for in this show, but don't forget to come back later in the week for our Ticket Off program and, of course, our preview of Round 5 on the #1 podcast in the world, and it's called It Goes Off.